Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. I don't want to make this video, but I love Monster Hunter Stories as a series and I feel the need to address the gamut in the room. The Royal Monster update and the Rudy side story DLC update. The side story for Rudy, which I feel was unnecessarily relegated to paid DLC, was enjoyable enough, but it's hard to say that 4 chapters of mostly reading and no unique gameplay like the other side stories, and a battle against Nergigante at the end is worth the price tag. You do unlock 2 special equipment skills for your rider, the Deadeye Wrath of Power, which gives you a massive boost to your kinship gauge buildup both in general and when you land a critical or head-to-head, and the Raisewing Wrath of Power, which increases the amount of damage you take, but gives you a massive plus 100 attack power and 30% critical rate, as well as a single item which helps you break parts. There's no Nergigante gear, he's not available as a Monstie, most likely I think due to the fact that people would have been rightfully upset with that being pushed to paid DLC. What I was looking forward to though was the Royal Monster update. Stories 1 had an excellent endgame with the tower, and Stories 2 had the Elder Layer, which gave us countless hours of fun, new high-rank monsters to fight and gear to craft, a secret boss, and then they even supported the title with updates that added in the deviants to both fight and get as monsties. Stories 3, at least at this stage in time, has done none of that, and I'm afraid what we're seeing is the team's budget cut from under them, because honestly, these things all existed in previous games, so I don't know why it's not here. What we do get is this. You have to fight the royal version of the last boss, which, let's be honest, is just a drag, as it's just a health sponge and spams AoEs, and isn't that fun of a fight. Once you do defeat it, the game tells you that royal monsters will now appear in the fields. Great! High-ranked monsters to fight and upgrade gear with. Wrong. The royal monsters are just a royal pain in the butt because they just have their stats inflated. There's nothing new to their behavior or fights that I can tell. They offer no new item drops, no gear, no weapons, nothing. I guess just a sense of satisfaction. The game for some insane reason fails to explain the new content, so alas it falls to the community to do so. What you do unlock is the ability to craft 6 high-rank armor sets, 1 for each element. What we have is Mizutsune, Gravios, Zinogre, Barioth, Raidao, and Rathalos. That's a bit disappointing, but at least we have goals to aim towards and reasons to fight the stronger royal monsters, right? Nope. The only new item used to upgrade to these much stronger armors is a commendation. But surely those drop randomly from the royal monsters, right? Nope. The only way to get commendations is to beat the royal versions of the 9 invasive monsters or the elder dragons. Honestly, if you are strong enough to beat these guys, then the actual royal monsters on the field are already weaker. So why did they lock away these final limited upgrades to just fighting the same monsters over and over again? It's kind of mind-baffling. I do think most will probably just find overpowering the invasive Yangaruga using a water monster and the egg skill Crash Wave, or like a dragon monster with the egg skill Dragonfeller is going to be the easiest method, but that also takes away the motivation to even try to take on the other 8 evasive monsters. And if you bought the DLC, there is the royal version of Nergigante, but again, no gear, items, or rewards. I am happy to say that they added in 1 new high-rank weapon for each element for each weapon type, but again, doesn't use royal monster parts. It's just the same commendations all over again. What makes this so frustrating is that it was so easy to fix. The high-rank gear and weapons don't have new models or anything, so why not just add them for all the monsters? Just add a plus and, change the stats. My guess is that they had their development budget taken away from them. Why else would they release it earlier than I've planned? Have everything tied to just 1 item that only drops from a few select monsters? Why else is Nergigante not a mount despite being so in the previous game? Why are deviants available as monsties but not to battle? Why do they have the infuriating "please load your save game and it'll place you right before the final battle of the boss"? Again, for unlocking the royal monsters, no one likes that type of flow. And why can we still not remove Ratha from our party, basically eliminating one of the slots that we have to play with? Even if they did nothing to the royal monsters and they are just buffed as they are now, at least if the gear system was there, it would still be a fun challenge and have progression, but instead they just did nothing with it. I don't understand. At this point, unless they add a new DLC to the game, which of course I want them to do, I think my times with Stories 3 is done. I love the game, the battle system is the best in all of the Stories games, and the overall experience was just great up until the end of the game. With no endgame loop, a lackluster finale, and now this stripped down, half-assed update with Royal Monsters, I feel that they are giving it a bittersweet goodbye. I still highly recommend the game, but at this point I think it's best to just keep the fond memories of the game alive and just leave it instead of wallowing in the frustration at the lack of what could have been. Thank you for the good times, Monster Hunter Stories 3. You deserved a better finish, but I love you all the same.